Pramia Plastic processes recycled plastic bottles into raw material which meets food standards in an 8,800 square metre production area. Bottles returned to shops are compressed into square metre sized bales at regional baling stations. The Pramia Plastic factory processes one full lorry load of recycled plastic bottles per day, which equals to approximately 1 million bottles. After the temporary storage, bales are moved into production. Binding wires are taken out of the bales, then cut and sold for the foundry industry. Labels are first separated from the bottles. The label waste is turned into compressed material, which is used in energy production. Metals are separated from the plastic, and a magnetic separator is used for aluminium. The colour separator is used to sort clear and coloured bottles apart from each other. Colourful bottles are shredded into flakes and washed later as a separate batch. Another colour separator sorts the colours more specifically. After mechanical sorting, there is a manual check for any colourful bottles, aluminium or other contaminants. Bottles are shredded into flakes, which are then transferred to where they begin the washing process. At the beginning of the wash, labels are removed from the process. Bottle flakes are rubbed vigorously during the wash. They are also dried during this stage. Lighter cap material rises to the surface in a separating tank, and heavier PET sets to the bottom. Fine PET is separated and removed from the process. In the last two colour separations, any remaining aluminium or colourful flakes are removed. The quality control of flakes is done in our own laboratory. Finished flakes are packed into big bags. PET flakes are first dried with hot air and then at -40 degrees Celsius. In extrusion, the plastic is melted at 285 degrees. Gases are taken out using a vacuum, and the plastic mass is filtered through a 50 μ filter. The plastic is cut underwater. The water is removed and the mass is crystallised, which slowly turns the colour into white. The qualities of the granulate are improved in a vacuum tank at 200 degrees for 6 hours. Making granulate from the flakes takes 8 hours, after which the granulate is packed. The colour and viscosity qualities of the granulate are tested. Finished rPET granulate is sold for raw material to the plastic film industry and to make new preforms for the plastic industry. Pramia Plastic's rPET granulate is of such a high standard that further processors don't have to use virgin material at all. The high quality of Pramia Plastic's plastic strapping is based on the consistent quality of the raw material. The bottle material is only supplied by the Finnish company Palpa, which is an international pioneer in recovering recycled bottles. The company has got strict quality standards in accepting the recycled bottles. Scandinavia's newest plastic strapping production line can be used to make packing strapping made of recycled material, around 500 to 1,000 kilometers in a day. Pramia Plastic's production line is internationally exceptional because the strapping production is done in the same factory as the washing of plastic flakes. The flakes fed to the line are produced by Pramia Plastic as well. The quality of the flakes is known in detail and there is no variation in it. In the first section of strapping production, washed colourful PET flakes are dried for 3 hours. Dried flakes are transferred into extrusion, where the plastic is melted to 285 degrees. Next, the running plastic mass is pushed through a very dense filter to remove possible contaminants. In the hot melt, the melted plastic is pumped as an even mass through nozzles into the first cooling tank. At this stage, the strapping preform is wide and modifiable. Wide raw strapping is transferred next to a slow stretching process. In this section, we start to modify its polymer structure into a lengthwise direction, which increases the tensile strength of the strapping. The strapping preform is stretched further in the stable temperature of the stretching oven. The stretching continues next as a fast stretching, whilst the strapping is being alternately cooled and heated. The strapping can be manufactured as a smooth strap which has better tensile strength, or as an embossed one which is cheaper. After being stretched several times, the strapping is relaxed in a stabilization oven, where the tensions caused by the stretching are removed. Before winding, the strapping is cooled for the last time and dried out carefully. In the winder, the cardboard spools are wound with different amounts of strapping depending on the strap type. On Pramia Plastic's strapping production line, recycled strapping can be used as part of the raw material. There is strict automated monitoring in all the different stages of the strapping production. An immediate alarm is raised if there is a fault which could potentially lower the quality. The thickness, width and weight of the finished strapping is controlled continuously. Also, the tensile strength is tested regularly. Therefore, Pramia Plastic's rPET strapping clearly meets the standards for packing straps. Pramia Plastic's packing strap has an exceptionally small carbon footprint. The whole production is powered by wind power, and the raw material is fully recycled. The factory also receives used straps back from its biggest customers for reproduction. Pramia Plastic's ability to produce both plastic flakes and strapping, combined with a quality finished recycled bottle, guarantee the consistent quality of their finished product. Ecological manufacturing of plastic products utilising recycled bottles saves non-renewable oil resources and the environment.